This is video number 7 in our mobility series, and we're working on groiner next, okay? Set this up, you're going to be in a position very similar to a from the toes push-up. So from the front, this is the orientation you're going to be seeing with me. Some straight arms and a nice straight body line. If I set the same thing up from the side here, just so you can get an idea of what my hips and my back are doing, I need to be in a nice active position here with glutes squeezed tight and my hips in a nice straight line. The first movement you're going to make to get into this position is going to be you raising your hips up higher than a good push-up. So once you're in that push-up position, we're going to raise our hips 3 to 6 inches up to accommodate some room for this right leg to step out. Ideally, you're going to be able to get your shin in a vertical position. If this is your first time doing a groiner, you may not be able to step that far. You may end up in a range of motion more like this. Do your best job to keep your toes pointing straight forward in the same orientation as your hands. I'm going to turn so you can see that from the front, because there's also an important aspect here with where your knee places. We're also going to be working on some lateral movement with your leg here. So try not to let your knee fall into your elbow. You're going to try to push that actively in another straight line, maybe even a little bit tilted out away from my body. Now that we're in that position, I want you to check my back leg and my hips. The first thing I do once I've got this foot in a good position is straighten my back leg 100% and drive my back heel down toward the ground. Once I've gotten those two legs in the right position, I'm going to take my hips and I'm going to move them directly down to start feeling a little bit of this mobility. Now we're going to be working on 2 spots here. There's going to be the front side of my left hip, if my right leg's forward, or that hip flexor area, right? The second part you're going to feel is a high hamstring and adductor on this up leg, or this right leg. And the way you adjust that tension is by pressing forward or backward into your mobility. You can also add a side-to-side movement and shift your weight here. We're just going to go through reps. So now that we figured out how to set up each side, I'm going to step back to the middle, up with my opposite leg, hold for about 1, 2, and switch. Your goal during this one is going to be taking 20 steps, 10 on each side, at whatever level of distance you're comfortable moving that foot. That's the end of mobility number 7, the groiner. We're moving on to mobility number 8 next.